African Broadcasting Center. You're watching iAfrica TV and the world headlines with me, Mutala Pise. And on the top stories, a diver died Tuesday while working at the ferry disaster site in South Korea as further details emerge about how deception and negligence contributed to the April 16th tragedy. The 53-year-old man was on his first dive at the ferry disaster site when he suffered breathing difficulties after reaching a depth of 25 meters, that is 82 feet, Coast Guard spokesman told journalists. The diver, who was identified by his surname Lee, lost consciousness and was pronounced dead at the hospital according to officials. Some 10 other divers have received treatment for exhaustion and decompression sickness since the operation began. It has been 20 days since the 6,825-ton Seaworld capsized and sank off the southern coast with 476 people on board, among which 174 survived with a death toll of 263 and 49 more still missing, most of them school children. Meanwhile, the South Korean President Park Geun-hye on Tuesday issued a press apology for her government's failure to prevent the tragedy. Elsewhere, Nigeria's Islamist extremist leader is threatening to sell nearly 300 teenage schoolgirls abducted from a school in Nigeria's northeastern remote town of Chibok 3 weeks ago in a new videotape received Monday. Abubakar Shekau, for the first time, also claimed responsibility for the April 15th mass abduction, warning that his group planned to attack more schools and abduct more girls. "I abducted your girls," said the leader of Boko Haram, which means Western education is sinful. Shekau was also quoted saying, "They are slaves and I will sell them because I have the market to sell them," he said, speaking in Hausa language of northern Nigeria. The mass abduction and military's failure to rescue the girls and young women have ignited national outrage with demonstrations in major cities. Protesters accused President Goodluck Jonathan of insensitivity to the girls' plight. While protesters are accusing the president, Nigeria's President Goodluck Jonathan has held meetings through the night with security, school and state officials and issued a new directive that everything must be done to free the 276 girls held captive by Islamist extremists, one of his advisors said on Sunday. The meeting came at a time when the parents and other stakeholders accused the president of insensitivity to the girls' plight. It was the first time the president had met with all stakeholders, including the principal of Chibok Government Girls Secondary School in northeast Nigeria, from where the girls were kidnapped in a pre-dawn raid on 15 April, said the advisor Reuben Abati. The president has given very clear directives that everything must be done to ensure that these girls must be brought back to safety, Abati said. The police said last week that the number abducted had risen to more than 300 and that 276 remain in captivity. It said 53 of the students had managed to escape their captors. None have been rescued by the military. Anguished parents in Chibok town have been begging for international assistance, and the US and Britain have promised unspecified help, but both countries already help with counter-terrorism training and could provide satellite images that might guide research. The US Secretary of State John Kerry said in a speech in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia on Saturday, "The kidnapping of hundreds of children by Boko Haram is an unconscionable crime, and we will do everything possible to support the Nigerian government to return these young women to their homes and hold the perpetrators to justice." Elsewhere, police in Eldoret are holding a suspect with fake currency amounting to $42,500 valued at a street value of 3.6 million shillings. Fanuel Monindo was arrested after police in the area received a tip-off from a member of the community. The police immediately raided a hotel along Eldoret's Action area where they found the said suspect who was processing the fake currency. The money had been folded into 425 pieces of $100 notes, according to sources. Meanwhile, more than 2,000 pro-Russian militants on Sunday stormed the police headquarters in the Ukrainian port city of Odessa, where 42 people died in clashes 2 days ago. According to eyewitnesses at the scene, said the crowd shouted "Fascist, fascist" as they attacked the building, demanding the release of some of their number arrested during the clashes. In a bid to calm the crowd, police freed one of the detained pro-Russians who emerged to cheer of well-played from the protesters. Odessa, a scenic Black Sea port, home to more than 1 million people, was still in shock after running battles on Friday between pro-Russian and pro-Kiev protesters culminated in an inferno that left 38 dead. The majority of those trapped inside a trade union building in central Odessa were thought to be pro-Russian supporters who had barricaded themselves in. According to local health officials, 30 people died when they were overcome from fumes and 8 in the desperate bid to escape. A further 4 were killed by gunshot wounds during the initial clashes, officials said. Ukraine's Prime Minister Arseniy Yatsenyuk, who visited Odessa earlier Sunday, blamed the death on what he called inefficient police. Both sets of protesters have voiced outrage that the fire service took so long to respond to the news. That does it for this edition of Headlines Around the Globe. More on those and other interesting stories can be found on our website on iAfrica.tv. And once again, from our West African Broadcasting Center, I am Mutara.